Ladies and gentlemen, we will talk about today why the move to go to the stock market for new funds for space is actually genius, okay? And it's not only me saying that. Oh, no, 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 no. It's also Peter Lynch, one of my favorite people that made out of, I think it was $18 million, something around $18 billion, okay? He just 1,000 times the Fidelity Fund, which is absolutely insane, okay? But however, let's go step by step. So we will talk about the stock offering, okay? Then we will talk about what Peter Lynch and his wisdom says about debt and other things on the stock market, like falling stock. And then finally, because it's just one day before the Q2 earnings, I have a couple of things that I want to give you on the way. So stay tuned for all of this. And smash the like button and smash the subscribe button if you're new here. Videos every single day on the stock market about, trading options, sometimes like I did day before where I made already 25%, or space or Tesla or, this kind of crazy companies that, 10x our money. At least this is our goal on this channel. So make sure to subscribe and smash the like button. So let's go. So just on the 1st of June, there came the big news, okay? While we were busy looking for the next test flight and then the Richard Branson flight, they announced something that was a $1 billion shelf offering in common stock and debt securities, raise capital, and so on and so forth. So what does that actually mean, okay? So they actually said, okay, we have $1 billion that we want to raise, and we want to do that over the next 3 years. And instead of let's say all-in-one stock offering, we want to offer a different kind of, let's say, products, okay, warrants and so on. But the main point was, okay, what they are doing with $1 billion, and then their speculation started. And we hope that we know by the Q2 if it's the extension of the fleet, more spacecrafts, right? Is it more space ports where they need to invest in? Do they need a lot of money for the point-to-point travel? Or is it something that we currently don't have on our radar at all, okay? Because remember, the point-to-point travel is a little bit, couple of years away, all right? So let's put this down. The spaceport usually is paid by the country, at least it was in the New Mexico case, that the, state paid for the whole construction and the building. And then the space fleet, well, that would be the hot candidate where they say, we want to put lots and lots of money behind the scaling of manufacturing. Now, let's dive into the other news that came just about after the Richard Branson test flight. Because just after the test flight of Richard Branson, basically the next trading day, they announced the following. Virgin Galactic Holdings Space is looking to sell up to 500 million worth of common stock. The company has engaged the services of Credit Suisse, Morgan Stanley, and Goldman Sachs as part of a capital raising drive. The three will act as the company's agents in the sale. So, you can imagine that those are the banks. They will try to pitch those shares to different kind of investors and also sell them on the open market and trade them and so on and so forth. So, okay, this means that maybe, we don't know yet, okay, maybe this will be clarified in the Q2. This 500 million was just the next step to raise even more money. And why this is genius? Because, the companies out there, they have a couple of different kind of ways. Non-public companies, they get either angel investors by, giving a little bit of equity, or they go to a bank and say, we need $1 billion, we need a big loan, okay? Now, debt is very, very dangerous, okay? Why this is dangerous? Well, if you don't have revenue, it's first of all hard to get debt. But second, you have this debt burden that is behind you and it's need to be paid every single month, which gives you a huge pressure on the back of the management, okay? I believe that if you can stay debt-free, like Virgin Galactic is, you basically cannot get bankrupt, okay? It's really hard to get bankrupt, but let me show you this by the next category, which I would like to start with a small clip by Peter Lynch.
Excuse me, is a lot of times people buy on the basis the stock has gone down this much. How much further can it go down? I remember when Polaroid went from 130 to 100, people said, here's this great company, great record. If it ever gets below 100, just buy every share, and it did get below 100. A lot of people bought on that basis saying, look, it's gone from 135 to 100. It's now 95, what a buy. Within a year, it was 18. And this is a company with no debt. I mean, this is a company, it was just so overpriced, it went down. I did the same thing in my, I think my first or second year of Fidelity. Kaiser Industries had gone from $26 a share to 16. I said, how much lower can it go? It's 16. So I think we bought one of the biggest blocks ever on the American Stock Exchange of Kaiser Industries at 14. I said, it's gone from 26 to 16. How much lower can it go? Well, at 10, I called my mother and said, Mom, you got to look at this Kaiser Industries. I mean, how much lower can it go? It's gone from 26 to 10. Well, it went to 6, it went to 5, it went to 4, it went to 3. And now, fortunately, this happened rapidly, or I would probably be still caddying or be working at the Stop and Shop, but it happened fast, so I was able to, it was compressed. And at 3, I figured out, there's something very wrong here, because Kaiser Industries owns 40% of Kaiser Steel, they own 40% of Kaiser Aluminum, they own 32% of Kaiser Cement, they own Kaiser Broadcasting, they own Kaiser Sand and Gravel, Kaiser Engineers, they own Jeep, they own business after business, and they had no debt. Now, I learned this very early. This might be a breakthrough for some people. It's very hard to go bankrupt if you don't have any debt. It's tricky. Some people can approach that. It's a real achievement. But they had no debt, and the whole company at 3 was selling at about $75 million. At that point, it was equal to buying one Boeing 747. I said, there's something wrong with this company selling for $75 million. I was a little premature at 16, but I said, everything's fine, and eventually this will work out. And what they did is they gave away all their shares to their shareholders. They passed out shares in Kaiser Cement, they passed out shares in Kaiser Aluminum, they passed out their public shares in Kaiser Steel, they sold all the other businesses, and you get about $50 a share. But if you didn't understand the company, if you're just buying on the fact the stock had gone from 26 to 16, and then it went to 10, what would you do when it went to 9? What would you do when it went to 8? What would you do when it went to 7? This is the problem that people have, is they sell stocks because they didn't know why they bought it, then it went down, and they don't know what to do now.
So as you can see, he's talking about falling stock prices, and he sees the company is developing better and better and better, plus having zero debt or very little debt. He thinks that this is one of the best moments, okay? So I underwrite that. I said this over the last couple of months. If you're looking for a great company in the space spectrum, then there is Virgin Galactic with a great team, with a great product, with a huge entry barrier. And they are just delivering. There was a couple of delays, yeah, that's done, okay? So I believe that this is a huge opportunity as long as the stock is so low to really load the boat. This is at least what I'm doing. This is never financial advice, guys. Make your own research and decide for yourself. If you want to have the, let's say, base case, what I think why this stock will go to $1,000 one day, then you should really check out the masterclass, because you not only get the huge case study that was never published on this channel, but you also get 35% with the code SPACE35, plus you also get lifetime access to my fantastic Discord channel, where I post, trades, where I post what I'm doing, what I'm thinking about the markets every single day, what I cannot post here because it would be just too much content. But I'm sharing basically there everything what I currently thinking every single day. So and there's like hundreds of people who are also invested into space. So if you're interested, check it out. With that said, I would like to go now to the next topic and the last one of this video, which is the Q2 earnings, because tomorrow, after the market close, I will be live with you and I will talk about the Q2 and experience the Q2 with you, and what I'm thinking, what I'm looking at, summarized in a very short category of this last video. Let's dive in. All All right. So let's dive into Q2 earnings. So what I'm looking for, information about the share offering. Obviously, we need much more information on what's going on. I want to see revenue, surprising revenue, okay? More than the people are thinking on the market. And third, anything that can positively surprise. This is always the case. If something positively surprises, then the stock goes up. But the update for the flight schedule is not a big thing, okay? Maybe the point-to-point would be something. Maybe the usage of the share offering for something that we don't expect would be something, or the huge scaling, or the plan at least to scale manufacturing to a huge thing that would be surprising, okay? Don't be beaten up if, you know, it will be just like a boring Q2 earnings, okay? They can also come out and say, you know, okay, we done a lot of successful flights, we do the data research, we got much money, we will soon release how the experience will be, we will soon open the sales, we will soon announce what we will use the $500 million of shares worth of cash that we have now in the bank, and so on. So it could be also like don't put your expectation too high, okay? Because with expectations you always can get, let's say, disappointed. Without expectations, you know, you just enjoy what they will announce. So I'm super excited. I will be with you for the earnings and maybe also the call. So stay tuned, subscribe, and see you tomorrow.